Hi everyone, welcome back to Ask Nehru's Angular video series. So in this video, I'm going to explain you what is attribute binding. In my previous video, I have explained about what is property binding and its different way of implementation as well. So if you haven't watched that video, please go and watch because that is important. This video is the continuation of that video. Okay, so this is the syntax, guys. So attribute binding, that means we will keep an attribute, a symbol attr and dot attribute name and the expressions. Okay, now let's jump right into our code. See guys, here this is the syntax for last video. As I have explained in that video, if we want to convert anything, any attribute to data binding, property binding, so we will keep a square bracket around it. Okay, but that's not the case always because there are some attribute which may not be converted as property binding. For example, here I take p tag. Okay, so within the p tag, I keep something like this is uh, this is a paragraph. Okay, so now there is an attribute called area label. This area label is especially given for those who are not able to see them properly. They're physically disabled. They are not able to see the screen properly, read the screen properly. For that, in order to convert them as voice, so this area label is given. Now I want to convert this as property binding. Okay, but converting them is not possible because it's throwing an error. So we can see the error can't bind area label since it's not a known property of p. Okay, because it's an attribute, it's not a property. So property is belongs to DOM property in the DOM structure, but DOM means document object model. So I want to show you that as well. For that, I go to our application and right click and show you the elements. See guys, this is actually a DOM structure, DOM tree structure. Okay, here we have all the HTML tag from the base. These are the base root of the DOM structure is HTML, and from the HTML we have a body. Within the body we have root, that is actually app.component.ts, and we have home component. Within that nav bar, footer are there. So within the home component we have this is actually DOM structure, guys. Okay, document object model structure. Okay, so it's saying it's not a known property of p. Okay, the property is always belongs to the DOMs tree, but attribute belong to HTML. So this area label is an attribute. Area label is an attribute for the HTML. For any HTML tag, we can give area table. Area label. But if you want to convert it as a property, it's not possible because it's not a known element of. It's not a known property of p tag. Okay, that's the message which is visible here. So in order to overcome this issue, we will keep attr. So once you see the problem is arrested. Now this error is there because this string has to be given dynamically. So I keep this and take label value. If we give the label value here, label value, and the value is this is the paragraph, but since it's a string, we need to give string. Okay, see guys, what's the problem? Yeah, there's a mismatch of spellings. Okay, now it is arrested. You see guys, okay, so if I go to this is a paragraph. If I go here and see the paragraph area label, this is a paragraph. So we have dynamically set the attribute for the p tag. Okay, this is not possible by simply keeping property binding. So this is the property binding. By using this attr, we can take any other attribute into this attribute. For example, another example also I want to show you. For example, p tag is there. This is a um, this is a second paragraph, you say, second paragraph, and here we have name. Okay, name is the attribute for input. Okay, now I give the name here, and name is something like okay, second. Okay, now I want to convert this. Now there is no error. Even if I save, I go here and see the attribute is bind here. But now I want to make it dynamic, therefore I keep this here. But now you see guys, it's not accepting, saying that it's not known property of p. In that case, I take attr, that is the attribute, and see the value. The error is arrested. Now I can give some value for the attribute. By the same way, we can set the attribute, guys. We can forcibly set the value. You see, name is second. Understand? Or second value, because you should not think the difference between variable and the value. See, second value. So this is the power of the attribute, guys. So by using this attr, we are forcing the attribute to dynamically render in the DOM tree. Okay, but it's not a property binding, guys. It's an attribute. The symbol is, I mean, the syntax is attr. Okay, so this is very useful, guys. Whenever we want to, in some cases, we need to set some attribute to a particular tags. In that case, it is very useful. Okay, this is one thing, guys. And second thing, now I want to integrate text interpolation, property binding, and also this attribute binding dynamically in a scenario when the API call happen. So in my local already an API call is there. There are, I just give prettier, so that there is an array of objects. If you have to array of objects with some image URL, I have taken 3 URLs. One is for apple, banana, and also cherry. Now we want to display them in our code. So how to do that? For that I create one method. Okay, get images. Okay, get images. Okay, here okay guys, in order to have a clear vision, I remove all of them. For your reference, you play back and go and check. Okay, I remove this as well. Okay, now I do a constructor. Within the constructor, I call one common service. The common service is nothing but a service class which I have declared here. Okay, this already I have shown you in the part 7 of my video series. So you go and check here. So this simply actually we are declaring with some HTTP request. That's it. So here in the ng onInit lifecycle hook, I say common service. I take the reference of is and get fruits and subscribe to it, and the value will come here, and we are consoling the response. Okay, but guys, actually I don't simply want to console the response, rather I want to assign the value into a variable, this dot fruits data. Actually this is simply a fruits data because fruits values will be there. Okay, for the console I remove this one. Okay, so I just assign the response here and declare this one here. Okay, okay, there are some errors. I fix the error. So instead of directly subscribing, I give next, and the data will be the result and fruits data. Okay. So now all the data are there. So what are the data are there? I want to console it. Okay. I want to show you the data. Okay, I go to our application, go inspect. So in the inspect there are console. So within the console we have fruits data printed in line number 22. So this is the line number 22. It's being printed here. So when I expand. So if I expand, there are three things. Okay, ID, image, name, and price. The same value you can see in the network also. In the network, there are many APIs. The fruits API. The API name is fruits. How do I understand the fruit? Because here it is fruits. So endpoint is actually visible here. Fruits. So you see, it's an array. So within the array, there are different three objects are there. So each object has ID, name, price, and image. Okay. Now I take this and dynamically bind this. Okay. So for that, dynamically binding in the template, I keep for. Okay. In the for, I just fruit of fruits data. And here I give colon, and also as per Angular 18, we should give track. Okay. Track, and the value of the track is fruit dot id. Okay. So it's a valid syntax, guys. So here I will show you property binding, the interpolation, text interpolation binding, and also attribute binding. How I'm going to achieve. So in the p tag, okay, I give fruits name. Okay. And here I give title as fruits name. So title also will show the fruits name, and this will also show the fruits name. Okay. And I create one more tag, that is image. Okay. In the image, I convert this image into property, source it into property, and I say fruit dot image, because image is the value which is here. Okay. And in another p tag, I give fruits price. Okay, this is the interpolation. This is the text interpolations, and this one is. And I want to create a another thing, that is role. Okay, role into fruits dot name. But fruits not there, it doesn't work. So I have to make this one as property binding, but it won't accept it. Therefore, I create it as attribute role fruit dot name. Okay. See guys, here I show everything. Price, okay, text interpolations, attribute binding, and also property binding. Let me show you the result. Yeah, here. See guys, apple is there, banana is there, and price is also there. But there is a footer, okay, because I need to comment this for time being. See guys, apple is there. For the apple, the title also displaying. So this title is coming from there. But if I inspect, see guys, title is apple, role is apple. The role is coming from attribute binding. This title is coming from property binding. Okay. And image is coming from property binding. And the value which is displaying here, it is coming from interpolation. The text interpolations. Okay. You also do the same. Okay. So that you will also get the same value, guys. So that's it in the video. I meet you in the next video. Stay tuned. The next video is a very interesting video, that is actually event binding. I am so excited about explaining all these things. So stay tuned guys, and hit the like button if you like this button, and if you have any questions, please make a comment. Thank you so much. I meet you next video. Bye.